Hey everybody, Tricia, Sloma, and Matt Engelbrecht joining you for the morning stretch this morning. And this is something that my friend Matt Engelbrecht has never done before. Welcome to the morning stretch, sir.
Thank you, Tricia. I'm still trying to figure it out. I got my weather graphics here. I got a display there. But I feel like I should just talk to you because I can see.
You're right across the room. Hey. You know, this is how it all works because we're here in the podcast room. Folks, if you're seeing us in this camera angle, we have this clever little podcast room. It's really nice to do the morning stretch. And we do this every week. We're going to try to be doing it as New Year's resolution time. And New Year's resolution that I have is to embrace technology, and this is one of them. We're going to do more of these morning stretches, and by golly, I'm going to have Matt Engelbrecht join me every single time. And, sir, I want you to talk about the weather.
Because you say, hang on, you say embrace technology.
Yes.
If they would have seen what you went through these last 10 to 15 minutes, the last 12 hours, she has been in that seat trying to embrace technology.
And not get stressed out and say bad words.
Yeah, you did all of that. So is that part of the New Year's resolution, is to eliminate the bad words or just continue and embrace it?
Well, embrace the technology and all that comes with it, even the bad words. You know, sometimes you just need that outlet, Matt.
And that's with technology. And we're going to be embracing winter weather here.
This is what you've been telling us. And we're not to be concerned about all that white on the map because you're saying that could just be a trace. Is that right?
What is the white on the map? Let's start with that.
Yes.
What is that? No, I'm asking you.
Oh, that is a trace of snow.
What is it?
A trace of snow.
No, it's actually cloud cover.
Are you serious?
So the white is cloud cover. Yeah, that's why we have at the top part of the screen, if you look up to the top there, it's got rain, mix, and snow.
Okay.
And the reason I put that here, we can do this. Oh yeah, we can go there.
Yeah.
So where do you see the white now?
Oh,
not
moving
over
off
Michiana.
Yep, off and beyond.
Yes. So 2 o'clock this afternoon, you got some sun in the forecast.
That's why you're the chief meteorologist and I am still embracing technology. So tell us what we can expect.
The biggest thing that we're going to be first alerting you to is later on this evening, they got a chance of maybe 2 inches, up to about 2 inches of snowfall. There's Thursday at 8 p.m. Actual temperatures are going to be in the upper 20s. And if you remember, earlier this week, the discussion was, will it be warm enough for the snow to stick? And it wasn't. Temperatures were around 40 degrees. We'll have no problem with this one. So that's why we're expecting about 2 inches of snowfall through portions of Michiana.
Well, and I think this is great to know because a lot of people are still traveling for the holidays. You know, and they may be going to other points beyond the Midwest, and that could be quite a mess for a little south of here. Obviously, if you have holiday plans that you're still trying to get to maybe by the weekend, right?
Yeah, and families adjust based on scheduling. So they may be celebrating their Christmas this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday, or maybe getting everybody together this weekend. Basically, the only travel plans we have the next 72 hours is over Michiana, or if you're traveling to the south into central Indiana. That all changes, though, and you may want to adjust some of those travel plans as we go into Sunday and Monday. You can see that screen really starts to fill in with, again, all those different colors. So we got the rain on there all the way to the bottom part of the screen, which is the green. We also have the mix, which includes ice, which is where that orange is located, southern Indiana.
Yeah.
And then snow making its way back up into central Indiana as well as here in Michiana.
All right, we have to say a shout out to several people who are watching on Facebook at this moment. We have Amber Wakeman watching, Christine Wisniewski.
Did you just put your glasses on?
Yeah, I did.
You should keep those on. They look good. They look good. And I know they say not to because of the glare, because you got the ring light or whatever. It's fine.
Tipping my head, do you see the glare?
It's fine. Don't worry about the glare.
Tatiana is watching as well this morning, and we're on to you, folks. You know what? We have been just inundated with a lot of bad news lately, and I think a lot of people are a little just really exhausted with the way the new year started. I mean, we were on the air yesterday, Matt, and we were having a fun show. I mean, we were counting down. We were looking at celebrations from around the world and just how people counted down into the new year. And you happened to catch a glimpse of what had just been cleared on AP News, and you caught a headline. You alerted me to it. I alerted our producers. We were on it, and we were able to get video, and we broke that news to Michiana. No other station had it. And just knowing how many families have family and friends who attended or are in New Orleans to attend the game, they needed to know the information. And the information was bleak, it was grim, and it got worse as the morning moved on.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, if I'm going to be honest. Anytime in this industry you're breaking news, 9 times out of 10, you're breaking news on a bad or terrible situation, which yesterday was. And you relate that to what's going on in New Orleans and being very close on campus at Notre Dame, knowing the friends and family that are down there. Your first thought is, who do I know that went down to the game? And what are the chances that they are out on the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning? And that's where any breaking news situation starts, is questions. So many questions, and then trying to find. That's what you did all day yesterday. Spent all day yesterday trying to find answers to the various questions, and there were a lot of them.
Absolutely, and we have our team was in
the Superdome.
I'll get to that in just a second, but our team was down there. Obviously, Jackson Neal and Sabrina Hoover. We had trouble reaching them, but of course they had their late night. They went to bed as you would, because you're preparing for the next day. And they just didn't want to answer their phones just yet. And boy, when they did, they were on top of it, and we're so proud of them. I want to go now to an interview. I actually spoke with Tom Noy from South Bend Tribune. He's a sports columnist there. We've worked with him for years now with our sports coverage. He's, of course, covering the Fighting Irish down there for the South Bend Tribune, and he's a contributor to our game day shows here on Channel 16. But Jackson was able to catch up with him and talk to him about kind of what the atmosphere is like. So listen in on what he had to tell Jackson about the atmosphere there in New Orleans.
It doesn't feel real. Like, I was over at the Superdome, nobody around there, the complete silence, people walking around, even in the French Quarter earlier, and nobody's really saying anything. And they're walking along, and then you'll hear like the chirp of a police siren, and everybody jumps.
Certainly is the case. I mean, that would be the thing if you're walking around. We heard that people weren't being allowed to leave their hotel rooms or their hotel lobbies because the tape is up that this is a crime investigation. As they were waking up, that's what they were walking into. There are some people that were out at the bars the night before trying to return back to their hotels, and they weren't being allowed back in because of crime scene tape and an investigation underway. I can't imagine what that must have been like there in New Orleans.
And feeling isolated, and I believe Notre Dame, the team didn't come out of their hotel. They're 2 blocks. I think Tom was saying it was 2 or 3 blocks away from where this happened. And the team didn't come out of their hotel. And they had a chance to go to Mass at, I believe it was 3 o'clock. We had some pictures from that. Yeah. And they were stuck in the hotel as well while all this unfolded.
Yeah, and I think it was really special. I wish I had loaded up those pictures, but those images are remarkable. They had Mass yesterday. Now, it was a previously scheduled Mass because for Catholics, January 1st is a holy day of obligation. It's the Solemnity of Mary. It's a feast day in the Catholic Church. They already scheduled that because they're not going to miss Mass. And then it became an opportunity to not only observe this feast day, but also to pray for the victims, their families, but also for our country.
Absolutely.
And that's something you're pretty proud of, that university and the team and all of the Fighting Irish faithful that are gathered there. They knew what to do, and that's pray, because sometimes that's the only thing you can do in moments like this. We also have heard from coaches, local coaches that are actually in town for the game. Our Sabrina Hoover caught up with Mishawaka's head football coach. Here's what he had to say about what it's like to be down there for the game. Listen in.
Well, it's a really sad day for our country, really. But, the nice thing is the people in New Orleans have been so welcoming and so nice, and trying to make it a special occasion for the bowl game. But it's hard to get over how something like this could happen.
Again, that's Keith Kinder, head football coach at Mishawaka. And, we have so many local people there, and they're soaking up the atmosphere. Some of them, this is their first time in New Orleans. Keith and others that we talked to said they're sticking around. They extended their stay. And I talked to my boss this morning. He said airlines are being very cooperative with rescheduling people's flights home. But think about it. That's a rescheduling of thousands of people who have decided to extend their stay. They've weighed the options and they say, yeah, I think it's going to be safe enough for me to stick around for this game. That game rescheduled for 4 o'clock, Matt.
Right. Yeah. And originally it was late. They were going to do 24 hours. So it was going to be Thursday night. And then it got pulled forward to about 4 o'clock. Talking about flights, just people that are here in Michiana that are going to watch the game are obviously going to be 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon for kickoff. Of course, thinking about those people that are going to be at the game down in New Orleans.
That's incredible. And of course, we want people to stay tuned. We've got our game day team down there, Sabrina and Jackson. Yeah. We want to remind you, Countdown to Destiny, that's our continuing coverage. They're going to have much more right here on 16 News Now throughout the day. And we just encourage you to stay tuned. We have shows, of course, at noon. I believe they're planning on filing more reports today at noon. They will, of course, have reports during our evening editions of 16 News Now, and then follow up late tonight because they're going to have much more from the game coming up in the later editions of 16 News Now. So we're looking forward to that. There wasn't all bad news yesterday, was there?
No. And we found it. We found the good news.
Oh, I love it so much.
The other part of this industry is that we report on a lot of very tough situations, but also we get the nice job of finding the good stuff as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to bring in this little guy right here. This is Baby Bennett. Baby Bennett has a unique distinction of being the very first baby born here in Michiana.
Baby Bennett.
Sweetheart.
Baby Bennett, the very first born in Michiana. So, and I believe, talking with the parents, I didn't talk with the parents, but they said that they were hoping, they didn't want it in December. They didn't want Bennett to come in December because there was so much stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
So thankfully, Bennett waited till January 1st.
Oh, absolutely. This is when I have to put on my glasses and see exactly the notes because Baby Bennett was born weighing 7 pounds, 10 ounces. He came into the world at 2:45 in the morning at Elkhart General. His parents are Hannah and Billy Dahman of Edwardsburg. There are 2 older brothers there.
Yeah. Mom and Dad know what they're doing. There's no doubt about it. Just the way he swaddled. He
they tucked him in real quick.
It's like, I've done this twice already. I'm on my 3rd. We're good. January 1st. Let's get home.
Oh, I love it. And you know what? There is another baby that we get to mention.
Look at you.
Is she holding like a little like sparkler or something for the new year? Baby Julieta Luna Garcia came in a couple of hours later, 5:02. She was born at the Three Rivers Health Hospital Birthing Center. Her parents, Andrea and Javier Garcia of Sturgis. Hey, she topped the scales though. Did you see that?
I got your notes.
Yep. Did you see how much she weighed?
Your notes let me know. 9 pounds, 4 ounces.
Way to go, Julieta.
All right.
Way to go.
That's
big
a Hello
baby girl.
Kitty. Yeah, you're just wearing a Hello Kitty shirt.
You know, I had big hairy babies.
That's a turn. Okay.
I did.
Right.
My babies were both over 9 pounds. I had a 9 pound, 6 ounce baby girl.
Yeah.
And then I had a 9 pound, 12 ounce baby girl.
Okay. So the 9 pounders.
Yeah.
All right. And your daughters know this?
Absolutely. They are proud.
Big, heavy.
They like to tell people, my mama says,
Good.
She had big, hairy babies.
Good. They came out safe. They came out
Lots
healthy.
had
That's
thick
all
hair.
that matters.
Thick hair.
Yeah.
Thick hair. It's good. How about your boys?
What about them?
They were born.
They were. They
How much
were.
did they weigh?
I could not tell you. I know
Oh
Michelle.
my gosh.
Michelle will be able to really just nail it down to the ounce.
You don't know the weights?
I don't.
Do you know the dates?
I don't.
You don't have to share their birthdays on
see.
social media. But you at least know how old they are?
I think it was more about the timing issue with them than the weight. The first one, we were expecting to get to the hospital and have to go through a few hours of labor. But we got there and they said, we have no time for any kind of medicine or anything like that. You're going. And within the span of about 45 minutes to an hour. Poor Michelle's a good way to put it. I was just sitting there.
I can only imagine. How nervous were you?
Very. Yeah. It's crazy. It's a lot. It's not like forecasting. At least with forecasting, I know where I'm going with certain situations. And then here you are standing 45 minutes before the birth of your first child. And you're just like, all the unknowns are ahead of you.
Oh.
They're just
and you're being told everything you planned for, we're not doing that.
Right.
We gotta pivot.
And if somebody tells me not to plan, I am not going to plan.
Right.
So I was fully aware of just the dancing that we would end up having to do together to raise. I got 2 boys. Mm-hmm.
2 boys. How fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the forecast because since you do know to talk about that, let's end things on a good note.
Okay.
Hopefully, as we plan ahead.
Yeah, I think we'll end on what you see on your screen there. And this is going to be the next first alert, which is a pretty big, this is going to be the first major winter storm for the nation. For us, it started out, and if you follow the forecast on Monday and Tuesday, we're saying, all right, there's something out there.
Right.
We could get a lot of snow or we could get a little snow. Things have trended to a little snow or more manageable snow. So that puts us in about right now, before I came in the room, I was looking at some of the data, about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall will be possible. That's as of right now. This shifts to the north. Any shift to the north with the center of that storm, and we could be looking at a lot more.
Well, and I think this is going to make people who love to ski, they love to snowmobile. You need some snow out there. And I'm thinking about these ski slopes that needed a little fresh powder. They had a couple of those mild days. They've had rain. It's really been hard on their business. Yeah,
and December is usually like that here in Michiana. But now we're easily down below freezing. So even if it is 2 inches of snowfall, that is going to cover the ground and it's going to stay around for a number of days, as opposed to all these fluctuations that we went through. We're going to be down below freezing for, I'd say, at least 2 weeks.
Wow.
So any snow here and there, National Weather Service was saying that nickel and dime snowfall will add up to a decent base by the time we get to the end of January.
Well, how did you think you did on your very first morning stretch?
I think I'm fine. But what I really like, if you can go over to Cam 4. Go ahead to Cam 4.
Cam 4.
So to give you guys some sense of what's going on in terms of technology, back here is Brandon.
Oh, come on.
And he's tried to avoid being in camera this entire time. Mm-hmm. But really, he's been watching Tricia and where she is clicking just to make sure that she doesn't hit the end stream button. And Brandon's done a great job setting us up
derailed the whole thing.
Success for this first one. So I wasn't nervous, but Brandon, on the other hand, you could get a sense that don't
Brandon, sit down. Sit down. Okay,
so demanding,
folks. This is Brandon.
Yeah, make her answer questions about technology, and you'll get her to back off pretty quickly.
Well, and if you put your microphone on, and we can ask you a quick question, I can maybe turn this up a little bit. Look at me running the board here. I did it. Oh, I got
goodness.
you.
You just started the coffee maker.
Yes.
Well done, Tricia. That's what that button does.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brandon, how proud are you of Morning Stretch? You've been with it from day one.
I'm very proud. Yeah. We were switching between your videos there.
Yes. This is like that. Yeah.
Number of sources.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, and I thought it was really going to be a tough stretch for Matt Engelbrecht to figure out all the weather stuff and have it logged in up here and everything. No, the guy gets it in like 5 minutes. He's like, "Oh, you need me to do this?"
I warmed up. I stretched before I got to the morning stretch.
Gosh.
No hammy pulling over here.
That's how it is around here, folks.
Yeah.
But we're glad you could join us. Brandon, thank you again. We love you.
Did you have a good New Year?
Thank you. Yeah, I did. I had a lot of fun. I saw Wicked.
You saw
I
Wicked?
did too.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Long 3 hours, huh?
It flew by.
It flew by, pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hit the high notes?
Almost.
Ah,
All right, stop that.
ah. I tried.
Yeah, peeking the mics.
Sorry.
All right. Off the rails.
We thank you, Brandon, and we thank
Thanks,
all
Brandon.
of you for joining us for
Appreciate
the
it, bud.
morning stretch. Happy New Year, everyone.
Absolutely.
We'll be doing this again next week, or in just a few days. We don't know. Whenever the mood strikes us, we're going to do this. We love the morning stretch, and we love you, our viewers.
You keep saying we.
You're
like,
right there with
it's
me.
your way of just grouping me in with all your shenanigans. If I say we, he has to go along with it.
Absolutely. That's the plan, Stan.
Oh, beautiful. That's
Okay,
fun.
hey, thanks
Love
for
it.
joining us on the morning stretch, everyone. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll talk to you again real soon, we promise.
Bye.